One of the most terrifying prophecies has now officially come true. Pope Francis was just announced dead a couple hours ago, and everyone around the world are extremely scared about the prophecy that has now officially come true. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of Saint Malachy, who prophesies that the Roman Catholic Church will only have 112 popes before the final judgment day, and this is the time when the Saint Malachy's prophecy also states that now we will finally see Antichrist rising into power. Now, if you go down here to the Pope Malachy's prophecy, that you'll actually see that it is prophesied that after the death of the final pope, which is supposed to be Pope Francis, there will be the one last pope who's going to get elected, who supposedly, according to the prophecy, is going to be named as Peter. That the last pope before Peter the Roman comes to lead the church through the trials and tribulations before the destruction of Rome and the final judgment. Now, the final statement in the passage states that in the final persecution of the Holy Roman Church, there will reign Peter the Roman, who's supposed to be the next guy after the demise of Pope Francis, who will pasture sheep and will be greatly persecuted after the seven-hilled city, which will be destroyed, and the dreadful judge will judge the people, and that's going to be the end of the world. Now, after a couple of research, they actually found out that the seven-hilled city that they were talking about in this prophecy is nothing but the city of Rome. So it seems like somehow after the death of Pope Francis, there's going to be this new guy named Petrus the Roman, otherwise also known as Peter the Roman. Now, obviously, a lot of people were very skeptical in order to accept this prophecy. They said that it might even be some sort of a hoax because there is no reliable proofs or whatsoever. And the next candidates who are going to be selected to be the next pope are, number one, guy named Peter Turkson, and then we have Louis Tangle, and from Hungary we have Peter Erdo. And currently it seems like Vatican has already decided that Peter Erdo is going to be like the temporary pope until like all the situation is solved, and until they pick like the next official pope. He's going to be like the temporary pope that's going to do all the work that a pope should. Now, this right here is what the entire world is shocked about. It seems like there are three different guys that are supposed to be the successors, and out of three, both the guys are named as Peter. And that's what the prophecy also says, that after Pope Francis, there will be a guy named Peter the Roman, and he's going to be the final one who's going to be persecuted heavily, and this is going to be the time when the judgment day is going to arrive. And the prophecy also states that this is when the second coming of Christ is going to be happening very soon, and it is also when the Antichrist is going to be rising up into power. Now, actually take a look at what's going on here.
The Pope has just passed away, but something bigger is happening behind the scenes. So this moment is making global headlines, but while people are mourning the death of Pope Francis, there's an ancient legend that's resurfacing that few people are talking about. Outside the walls in Rome, deep within the Basilica of St. Paul, there's a long hall of mosaic portraits. So this is not just a fine art gallery. This is a painting, a portrait of every pope that has ever been in position.
So they have like these plates that are like stuck on the wall. On each plate, they have like all the different popes that has ever existed so far. And also what's surprising is that after Pope Francis, there's one empty plate, which kind of relates very much to the Saint Malachy's prophecy, where he also prophesies that after Pope Francis, there will be no other pope. There's just going to be this one guy named Peter the Roman. And during his reign as pope, the world is going to be ending. God is going to be judging. The Antichrist will be raising up, and the second coming will indeed happen. And watch this, because
but here's the part you're not going to believe. So Pope Francis's face was added years ago, but now that he's passed, there's only one space left. That's right.
That's true.
There's one blank space remaining for the next pope. And so this is the ancient legend.
And a lot of people are actually concerned right after giving his final blessings during Easter. And apparently a lot of people are saying that there could be various different reasons as to why he particularly had to die. We don't really know if it's a good omen or a bad omen. That's something that people of Vatican are terrified about. I'm going to play a small clip of my previous video where I explain on how they're going to be picking the next pope and what are the signs that you'll actually get to see. And after the 112th pope, we will finally get to see the Antichrist rising to power, and he's going to be revealing himself. Now, obviously, take a look at all the things that's happening around us in the world. Euphrates River is completely drying up, which is also something that was already prophesied in Ezekiel's revelation. And it's not just that. We also saw deserts becoming forest, and there's also blizzard snowstorm all over the Saudi Arabia in the middle of deserts, which is something that just seems so impossible to happen. And we also saw rivers lushing out of deserts, which is also something the prophecy has stated. And the prophecy also says that water will be turning red blood color. And we are also seeing these things happen right now. And one of the most important things is that Israel has already announced that they are sacrificing the 5 red heifers, which is already revealed to Ezekiel in Revelations, where he got to see that Israel was indeed sacrificing 5 red heifers, and there will be a massive all-out scale war throughout the entire world because of this stuff. And then they're going to be building the 3rd Solomon temple, and after that the Jews believe that their Messiah is going to show up. But then in reality, according to Ezekiel, the Messiah that people have been waiting for is going to be the second coming of Christ. And nobody knows who this person could be. A lot of people are going to be applying for the post, of course, but then there's going to be this one person that will get elected. And the way that they announce to the entire world is using this smoke, which is going to come out of the chimney. If you see a white smoke coming out of the chimney, this means that the new pope has been selected. Now, if there is black smoke coming out of the chimney, then this means that the decision is still pending, and they haven't yet found a good suitor for the position of pope. And a lot of people are saying that he's the one, man. He's the one before the Antichrist is going to be rising into power. And whoever it is that's going to come into power, most probably, it seems like we are currently entering the phase called tribulation phase, where the Antichrist is going to be ruling the world. He's going to get into power, and he's going to be controlling a lot of people and deceiving a lot of people into following a path that is completely against God. So this guy Antichrist is supposed to be one of the biggest deceivers in the entire history of humankind. He's always been in the hiding, and he's never shown himself to the world. And all right, now that you've seen that, it really seems like people are terrified, because Peter Erdo is taking up the position of becoming the current temporary pope. And the prophecy already says that whoever is going to be the next pope is not actually going to be selected in the very same way as to how all the different popes got selected. This guy in particular is going to be very different. And according to the prophecy, it actually states that the last pope will preside over the church, culminating in the destruction of Rome and the end of papacy. The earliest prediction pulled that the prophecy of popes claims that the judgment day is finally near. And the prophecy also says that this Peter, whoever is going to be the next pope, is not going to be wearing the regular robes of any pope. It's going to be completely different from all the rest. And this is the time when the world is going to undergo a lot of persecution. And this is finally going to be the day of judgment, which is officially coming up. So everything feels very sketchy, very fishy at this point, because we have 2 different Peters that's supposedly going to be the next pope. So it's going to be very interesting to see who the next pope is, and if their names are going to be matching whatever is already prophesied in the prophecy of Saint Malachy. So honestly, guys, I really don't know what to expect. And a lot of people actually believe that Pope Francis was going to be the Antichrist at the end of the day. And obviously, I don't think he had any kind of qualities of being Antichrist. Maybe he was just controlled by that dude, but I don't think that he was Antichrist himself. And now it's proven that he officially had a human death, which means that he is not the Antichrist. And now it's time that we're going to be entering the final end games, and anything could be happening as of now. I would honestly love to know your opinions. Please leave them down below in the comments. It's going to be a very, very interesting one to go ahead and read, because all of you guys might be having different takes on this whole subject. I really want to know what your opinions are. Please leave your thoughts down below in the comments, and share this video to whoever you think actually needs to know about what's really going on around the world with the end times prophecy that's actually coming true right now. So we'll definitely see if the Saint Malachy's prophecy is indeed true, or maybe it's just another hoax. We'll just have to wait and see. And if at all, his name is going to be Peter the Roman. So yeah, I really hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys did, please just take a few seconds of your valuable time, leave a like on this video. It really helps boost the algorithm, because YouTube works in a very mysterious way. You need to go ahead and like the video as well as comment in the video, and then YouTube algorithm thinks that a lot of people are liking it, a lot of people are commenting in it, which means that we need to show this video to more people. We need to spread the word more and let more people know about whatever content that this video has. So if you guys could just take a few seconds of your valuable time and do that, it would really mean a lot to me. me, because whatever stuff we are discussing right now in this video, I think a lot of people need to know those things, and many people around the world are actually missing out on what the truth is. And if you guys could just do your part in simply just supporting this content, it would really mean a lot to me. Now, if you guys want to see more content like these, I've already made plenty of content where I have basically collected as much scientific proof as I possibly can in order to back up everything that's happening in the world in terms of biblical stuff. You can definitely go ahead and share my videos to them, and they can possibly just take a look at all the things that's happening, and it's basically going to just open their eyes into seeing the truth. So if that is something you guys are really interested in, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on so you guys can always keep yourself updated. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one. Till then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.